Sawubona, how are you guys? Today I am going to be teaching you guys, every single one of you, how to win in Season 8. So, me, I've won a lot of games in Season 8, and during the duration of this video, I will try and teach you how to win as well. There are many different aspects you have to look over, and I will be going through each one individually. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. So, the first one is landing. It is very important to land well, because if you have that early pump or SMG, you've got the advantage over people who've got like a tech or a pistol or just an AR. That's why it's very important to exactly plan where you're going to land before you jump, so you don't land too high, you don't land too low, and you can get the early weapons, hopefully get early kills, which means early mats and early shields, which is very important. So you're going to have to try to land as good as possible and really concentrate instead of just being on your mobile or something like that. The next thing is you have to avoid flick shots where possible. Now, all the pro players, I know they seem like they're gods at flick shots, but if you actually look at them playing, you will see that most of the time they don't even use flick shots. They just pre-aim, they do edit plays, just keep their movement helping them instead of just trying to flick the joystick, because to do that is quite dangerous, and oftentimes it is not as beneficial as you guys think. You should never go into a 50-50 AR battle. So we all know there's something called bloom in this game, and it's very, very annoying. And the best way to combat that is only to take shots not as often, because you have something called first shot accuracy, and if you wait and you keep spamming, your bloom gets bigger and bigger. But if you just build, shoot once, it's better, and you've got a higher chance of hitting the player. As well, if you are not building, you and him have the same chance to kill each other. But if you are building, you can get yourself an advantage, wait for an opening, and hence win the fight subsequently more easy. You have to practice building a lot. Building is the, I'd say, third most important part of Fortnite, because building is where good players and great players differentiate. Of all the pro players, I only know one person who is not an amazing builder. That's Nickmerx, but Nickmerx has got the most beautiful aim anyone could ever imagine. But other than that, every single pro player, they're so good at building, man, and that just makes a difference. You can see they just get out of situations, because even though they are low, they still close off all possible angles and don't allow any entry for the opponent, no matter how good he is. And that gives them the chance to choose when to shoot and when to play defensive. And that is why you have to go on creative, practice your 90s, practice your 180s, just practice your turtling. It's very important to be a proficient builder to win in Season 8, because if you can't build, you can't rotate, you can't run away, you can't back off of fights. It's very limiting if you cannot build. So that's why building is so important, and if you cannot build very well, I'm sorry, but I don't see a big chance of you getting a win this season. You have to learn the hotspots of a map. That is something that is very, very important, because now that there are no more planes, the rotations are quite different, and if you want to get high kill games, you have to rotate smartly. It used to be that most people used to fight around the middle of the map, like right in the middle between Tilted, Dusty and Retail, or Tilted, Dusty and Salty, because planes used to just throw all players together, and that's why it used to be there. It used to be in almost every single game, and as you can see on the screen now, this is what it used to be like, just in between Dusty Salty Springs and Tilted, but because there's no more plains and because there's so many volcanic vents, it has kind of changed over, moving a little bit to the northwestern side, up to the volcano. So this is what it looks like now. You can see it's salty, dusty, and retail with a little bit of volcano on top, which is different. And to get high kill games, or even to win, you have to know exactly where's the hotspot. So obviously in that circle I just highlighted is a big hotspot, and it's quite dangerous to pass there. So if possible, you want to avoid going there at all costs, unless you want a high kill game. If you just want to win, you don't want to go there. But you have to learn the map, learn the people, try to see where the game goes. And if you're trying to just win a game, then you don't go into these hotspots because it can be very dangerous. And if you do, then you go to the hotspots to fight people. You have to go in at little shotgun battles as possible, because once you are so close, it is difficult to build a maneuver. The goal is to win as many fights before you get into shotgun as possible. It's because you don't really want to shoot people where they can shoot you, because when you are shooting someone with a shotgun, most of the time they've got just the same chance to shoot you, and you really don't want that. That's why you want to get it with your SMG or your AR and not be in many shotgun battles, Yes, very good. Then there's also a big importance in editing. Editing has become so much more important over the last few seasons, as the gap between builders has become more common, because now almost every single player is somewhat good at building, and this causes them to be almost the same. But if you can edit, you can just drop behind players or just come out of nowhere and shoot them in the face. That's why it is so important to be good at editing. And honestly, I will be making a tutorial about editing soon, and there are billions, if not gazillions, of edit courses that you can use to get better. But yeah, editing is so important to win a game in season 8. Well, now I have told you how to win in season 8, and let us concentrate on this game that is currently happening. So I've got 11 kills. I want to secure 14 kills, so I just want to kind of separate all of the players. I know one player's on the mountain, I know another player's behind me, like down there, and so I just shoot him, jump down immediately because I'm scared that the guy on the mountain will snipe me. So then I just I'm looking for the third player, because I know there's somebody on the mountain. I can hear him, but I don't know where the third player is, so I don't want to get pinched. But then unfortunately, as I'm walking up, I still don't know where the third player is, but then I hear me getting shot at. So I'm in a very bad position. This guy's got great high ground. My back is totally open, but he jumps down. I try to shoot him, but I miss, and he gets a super lucky shot on me. He hits me for 90, so now I'm relatively low. I assume he has a good pump, because he seems to be quite a good player. So I'm basically one shot with a pump. Now what I'm doing is just turbo building, okay, until he backs off, and then pop my minis very quickly, but being very observant if I've got any opportunity to shoot him. So then I'm just waiting, and then he is now full, so I'm just trying to rebuild my turtle, and then I believe he jumps under me to try to break my thing. So I'm just here chilling, and then he's at the top of me right now. Then he jumps down to try to shoot me, but he slips a little bit further down, so now I'm wary, but then he starts shooting me from under. Okay, so now I'm just turbo building, spamming RB and L and LB just to not let him in. He keeps doing. I'm just waiting for him to reload so I can shoot him. You can see I switch over to my pump, shoot him for I think 26, then shoot him again. Try to shoot him, so then edit up, but he runs away, which is very annoying. But when I shot him for 76, I saw that he has no more shield, so I know now he's low. Now I'm trying to build a way to get high ground. What I do is connect to the mountain, so I cannot get shot down. wait for him because I know after he heals up, he's going to come and look for me. So I miss the snipe, but then I hit him for white. So now he's white, he's one shot. So then I just drop down and try to go from the side. Then he top, and then he tries to shoot me, but I get him first. So now it's a 1v1. I see the guy. He doesn't seem to be too good, so I have to concentrate. I shoot the wall and then snipe him. But unfortunately I miss and I see him drop down. So now I know he's a very big bot because he's hiding and no good players hides. So I just take my time, reloading my guns and being careful that he doesn't shoot me, definitely, but not worrying too much because if you worry you start making mistakes. So I'm just staying calm, reload my sniper. Don't see him right now, but I'm pretty sure he's down there. I see him, aim at him, do a dance and finish him off to get the 14 kill game in season 8. And guys, that is how you win in season 8. I hope this video has helped you a lot because there are lots of things that I talked about that are very important. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and peace.